our GC podcast.
And the cabin fell silent, when all of a sudden, the candle blew out.
It was windy.
And all we heard was the sound of bare feet running on the concrete floors of the room, and the disembodied giggles of unseen children.
Welcome back, everyone. We are your hosts, Ene,
And Kelsey.
and this is
Cover to Cover. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be back.
I know. So excited.
So what's been going on this weekend?
Well, let's
Like
see.
for you, like what's been going on with you?
With me, I've been reading a lot, actually, believe it or not,
That's good.
and listening to audio on my way home.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to keep your mind occupied.
Oh, yeah, especially for me.
Yes. On a little note,
Mhm.
tomorrow's my birthday.
Woo! Happy birthday!
Yay! I'm turning old.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, Kelsey.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Should we move on to our main topics?
I think so. Let's go.
Okay. So, my topic for the week is a little bit different than last week.
Okay,
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
My topic this week is horror movies that are based on books, but are also true stories.
Oh, that's good. Let's hear it.
I don't know about you, but when I read a book or watch a movie and it says based on a true story, ooh, that makes it like 10 times more creepier.
Definitely goosebumps. Goosebumps.
Like a little chill, like, ooh. It's not me snorting.
Yeah, I heard that. I did.
Okay. The first book I want to talk about is The Amityville Horror. Have you heard of The Amityville Horror, Ene?
Yes, actually, I have. I've seen, I'm going to say maybe 3 stories, 2 documentaries, and I've read 1 book.
It's definitely that story that keeps getting remade into different like movies and miniseries and things like that because it's so, I don't want to say the word infamous, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's definitely a story that's told a lot. It's definitely, I guess you can say, popular.
Yes, it's very popular.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain why it's so popular.
Alrighty.
This book follows the experiences of the Lutz family, who move into a house in Amityville, Long Island, New York in 1975. The same house where Ronald Defoe Jr. tragically took the lives of his entire family the year before. There, the Lutz family experiences a paranormal haunting, which was then immortalized on the silver screen for the first time in 1979. Have you seen the original Amityville movie?
Yes. Yes, I have.
It's good.
Yes, it is. It's definitely, I hate to say it, but I find it kind of interesting, just the whole plot of it, what happened. I mean, his MO, if that's what you want to call it, because he did say that he felt possessed.
Yes, that something in the house was possessing him.
Yes.
Now, the true story behind the Amityville haunting isn't too far off from what the movie portrayed. Yes, there was a tragic occurrence in the house. Yes, a family moved in only a year after. And yes, there were reports to local authorities of unexplained happenings occurring in the home. But it is still up to debate whether or not these reports actually occurred, or if it was conjured up merely for publicity.
I've heard that.
Yes, because there was this theory that the Lutz family possibly couldn't afford the house, so they decided to create this story in order to get publicity.
Yeah, in one of the documentaries that I saw, one of the sons is actually talking about it, and it's really, if you all get to see this documentary, I think I had seen it on Netflix. I'm not 100% sure, but he talks about how it was all a ruse. But it's hard to believe, what to believe, only because, I mean, only they know, you know what I mean?
Only they know, and I don't think they're ever going to let us know.
No.
All right. So the next story I want to talk about is The Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Yes.
The fava beans. Yeah.
Hello, Clarice.
Yes, definitely. That is another infamous one for me. I think everyone knows.
It's so popular, you know?
Yes.
Like, it's one of those movies that, like, you hear about and you immediately click to your mind like several scenes from the movie,
Yeah.
you know?
Fava beans. It's always going to be fava beans for me. Always.
For me, it's put the lotion on in the basket.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay. The Silence of the Lambs is a novel that tells the tale of FBI agent Clarice Starling and her quest to find a serial killer who has been abducting women. However, to think like a killer, she must learn how the mind of such a criminal works. The movie, which first premiered in 1991, starring Jodie Foster as Clarice and Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, follows a similar plot to the book. Now, this book is based on a true crime case. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
It's based off the true crime case of Gary Hindnick. Forgive me.
Practice names.
I know, but it's one of those names that has too many I's and too many N's.
Again, remember, guys, if we do mispronounce something or anything, it is not out of disrespect.
It's not.
Please let us know so next time you can say it right.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure they'll let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
He was a serial killer whose crimes would become the inspiration for Buffalo Bill, the main antagonist of the franchise.
Lotion.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Yes. I know that one. Yeah.
I didn't know that before researching this.
You didn't?
I did. I knew that there were some things that were based on true events, but I didn't know Buffalo Bill was based on an actual serial killer.
Really?
I'm serious.
I guess I'm a little into true crime, more. But yeah, no, I did. I knew for sure because when this movie came out, I was pretty young. But
I wasn't even born yet.
That shows our age, cousin. Yeah, but I knew. But then again, my family is I don't want to say horror buffs or anything or thrillers, but
true crime enthusiasts.
True crime, something like that. Yeah, maybe a little bit. They weren't afraid to tell me that's an actual killer.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
I wish I had that. Okay, my next story. The Haunting of Hill House.
I love that.
The story of The Haunting of Hill House is a thrilling classic gothic horror book that was published in 1959.
Mm-hmm.
The book follows a group of 4 investigators who spend multiple weeks in a haunted house with a long, dark history, hoping to record supernatural phenomenon.
I don't think that was the phenomenon they were looking for.
Every time I say the word phenomenon in my brain, I'm just like, They experience a wide range of unique sights and sounds. The home exerts an impressive pull on one of the characters, Eleanor, and she has an impossible time escaping it. The book was turned into a Netflix miniseries in 2018. I binged it.
So did I, and I'm going to say that if you're looking for something to watch in Halloween, that is a good movie to see. It's not only scary, but
it's like a psychological horror.
Yes.
It gets in your mind.
Yes, because it's definitely one of those where you're like, oh my gosh, this whole time,
Not only that, spoiler, not spoiler, there's ghosts everywhere in that movie, hidden in dark corners.
Really?
I'm not kidding. And there's at one point, me and my family were trying to play I Spy.
Okay.
There's one in the corner. It's so good, guys.
Yes, it is.
I'm not being biased.
No, it is. It honestly is. It's a good, I'm gonna say, thriller / horror movie.
Yes, I recommend it.
Me too.
The Netflix miniseries is based off the experience the author Shirley Jackson had in 1957 when she visited an apartment complex in Harlem which fell victim to a house fire. Tragically, 3 people lost their lives in this fire, and Jackson believed she experienced true life paranormal activity.
Ooh.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, it's the ghost. No, I think it's the AC.
It's something.
It's something. I mean, we are in a very old building.
Yes, we are. You all let us know. Do you think it's a haunting or...
Is it the mini split in the corner?
Yeah. You let us know.
And my last book I want to talk about, La Llorona.
Ooh, a classic.
A classic. The story of La Llorona has been passed down from generation to generation within the Spanish community. Did the noise, go away?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the mics picked that up.
Add haunting music right here.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh my god, I hit the mic. I'm sorry.
That was not a ghost, everyone. It was Kelsey.
Okay, let me look at it. The story of La Llorona has been passed down from generation to generation within the Spanish community. The book La Llorona, The Weeping Woman, retells the traditional Hispanic American tale of a proud and beautiful woman who, in a fit of jealousy, commits a tragic crime against her children, and consumed with grief, cannot stop crying, even after death. There are hundreds of versions of this legend that spans over many countries, but the one that is the most backed up by facts is the one of a woman who resided in Laredo, Texas.
That's close by.
That's not even that far away.
Nope.
I got my fingerprints done in Laredo when I started working.
Okay.
That's why I got my background check.
Alrighty then. I did not know that one.
Resided in Laredo, Texas with her husband and 3 children. The woman lived a poor life, doing her best to provide for her children when her husband decides to abandon them for another life. Taken by grief and no means to provide for her children, she took their lives in the Rio Grande River. Stricken with the grief of what she had done, she too took her own life in the same river. There are countless accounts of eyewitness testaments who have claimed to see her roaming the riverbanks on nights when the moon is full, still crying for her children. Do you have a story? Because everybody I ask has a personal story of La Llorona.
I'm going to say yes, but the thing is, I mean, they would tell us it was La Llorona when I was a kid, and we could hear someone crying, but I mean, I live, not to GPS myself, but not near Rio, and I mean, unless she goes all around Texas, which maybe because there is a lot of stories about her.
It's everywhere.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the cries for her children, for sure.
Can I just tell you a personal story really quick?
Of course.
Okay, so it's about my uncle.
Okay.
The one that painted the mural.
Right.
Yes, yes. Okay. When he was a little boy, he was living in an old house with a screen window.
Okay.
And all of them, all the children, there were 13 of them, were sleeping in cots in the living room area.
Right.
And he was he couldn't sleep, so he was in and out. And during this in and out phase, he saw a woman walk into their screen porch, all in black, and she was crying. And she tried to pick up one of the babies.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and he gets up and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she just disappeared.
Oh.
Isn't that and they didn't say it was La Llorona, but
I mean, it definitely
sounds
has
like her MO.
Llorona-isms. You know? Yeah. But,
oh my god.
But La Llorona is definitely a story that I grew up hearing. This is something that is known, I mean, I'm going to say, in my opinion, all around Texas.
Of course, it's one of those tales that just will never die.
Yeah. That sounds like a book. Alrighty, now my turn.
Yay, I'm so excited to hear about your topic for this week.
Yeah, so my topic is based on the book that we have in our shelves, The Big Book of Texas Ghost Stories.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, before I start with my stories, I do want to say that this book is a very interesting book. It has stories all around Texas, and it's based only in Texas.
That's so cool, though, because, Texas is such a big state. If you wanted to do a road trip, just base it off this book.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. It has just a few that I'm doing: South Texas, Fort Worth, Austin.
Oh, God, those places are not far at all.
At all. And San Antonio.
Oh,
That's not far at all.
Remember the Alamo.
I know. So the first book that I'm going to do, I'm going to say that this is kind of a Lloronaism because I feel like a lot of us here, especially, know about this. And this is the story of the lechuza. Ugh. And this is under South Texas in the book. So, a witch known to have a body of an owl but the face of an old woman. Some people believe that these owls are women who transform to torment those husbands who have been unfaithful and to warn families that a death of a loved one is close by.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How do you say owl in Spanish?
Owl?
Mm-hmm.
I wish you would have asked me this later today. And I could have written it down.
It's not lechuza.
No. I think they have a different name for sure.
Uh-huh.
But it's not coming to me right now.
That's okay, because, like, I remember, like, seeing an owl and, like, my grandparents always just referring to them as lechuzas.
Yeah.
But, like, I know that's not the word for it. Like,
no. I was going to say pavo, but that's a turkey.
Pavo? Gobble, gobble?
Yes, that's exactly. So, but in the comments, guys, if you're listening to us on YouTube or watching our video,
leave it down in the comments below.
Just let us know.
I have another story about lechuzas. I have so many stories. Can I just say it really quick?
Yes, of course.
Yay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so when my grandma was a little girl, oh my God, it's just all the old people in my life telling me stories.
Yeah.
When my grandma was a little girl, her brother took her to a circus in Mexico.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, but any story that comes out of Mexico, I immediately believe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like any off topic, but have you ever seen like ghost videos on YouTube?
Okay.
And they're in Mexico. I'm like, I believe it.
Okay.
I believe this. Uh-huh. She was little and she went to a circus, and in a cage there was a big owl.
Okay.
Well, not like big, but I want to say maybe like 3 feet tall.
Okay.
And she said it was like white feathers, but it had the face of a woman.
Really?
And it was talking to her.
What?
Yeah, it told her the story of how she became an owl. She said that her mother was a bruja.
Uh-huh.
And the young girl was like always partying, going out at night. And the mom was like, if you want to just stay up all night, I'll make you into an owl.
Oh.
And that's the story that she was telling the people at the circus.
Right.
And like, I believe it.
Wow. Why did I picture that whole scene in my head?
Because you can, like, I don't know, because you can picture it.
Sounds like a movie or a sitcom.
Like when she told me, I was like, you lying. And she's like, I would never. And I was like, oh.
Creepy. Remind me not to talk to Grandma.
Grandma, if you're listening to this, I'm really sorry, but Enid's not going to talk to you.
I know, right? So this next story is the Stockyard Hotel in Fort Worth.
I've never heard of this.
You've never heard of the Stockyard in Fort Worth?
I've never heard of the Stockyard in Fort Worth.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, my husband works over there.
Uh-huh.
It's a beautiful little, I want to say strip. And they have like cattle drives, like old time. It's really nice. Antique shops, things like that. It's really cute.
Don't they have like a big rodeo in Fort Worth?
Yes, they do.
I've heard of that, but like I've never.
But back to the haunting.
Yes,
here we go.
I'm sorry.
This Fort Worth haunted hotel is home to none other than the famous duo Bonnie and Clyde. Yes, they actually have a room where people have said that they see them, as well as a mirror. So like people have taken pics and like Bonnie and Clyde are like, peace.
You're kidding.
Not me moving the whole thing also.
It's okay. We're not used to this big fancy setup.
I know. And yeah, like you literally like see their ghostly faces.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Well, not unless you're a fan of Bonnie and Clyde.
That's different.
Also, it's a house, also home to a houseman who is still knocking on doors to deliver messages, a roaming cowboy, and some ghostly spirits by the watering hole.
That is so cool. Like, oh my God, can you imagine just like checking in for a night and then you're just like, I'm like, who there? And like nobody's there. Ugh. Did you know Bonnie and Clyde's car is in Vegas and it still has the bullet holes in it?
Yes.
I wanted to see it at the Mob Museum, but nobody took me.
Oh, maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
This other one kind of gave me the giggles just by the title.
I see the title right here.
Yeah. So it's the Austin Pizza Garden. Yes, you guys heard me. The Austin Pizza Garden. Please don't ask me where it is. It's in Austin.
And it's a pizza garden.
Yeah. And it's holding more than just their secret pizza recipe. They have poltergeist activities such as spinning pizza slicers, forks and knives sprawling on the floors themselves. Yes.
That's scary.
I know. Like, imagine walking in and, like, the
It's like
pizza slicer
is, like, coming at you.
Exactly.
So it's like, no, thank you.
And then tell me, is it, like, a normal, like, pizza slicer from the kitchen? Or is it, like those
industrial?
big... Yeah.
Oh, my God, like the big ones that you see, like a...
Yeah, they go back and forth.
Like a saw.
That's scary.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, and cold spots, a low whisper, not to mention a ghostly apparition that likes to hold conversations in the ladies' restroom.
Why is he in the restroom?
I don't know. But just imagine, like you're there.
Imagine you're in the restroom doing your business and you hear somebody trying to have a conversation with you and, like, nobody's there.
Exactly. Like, you look under, you know how sometimes, like, when you hear people.
Or something?
Yeah, and nothing.
No, thank you. All I want is a extra large pizza. I don't want a haunting.
No, don't go to the restroom. And the next one, I've heard about this. I've gone to San Antonio tours and I hear about this. I would love to stay there, but no one wants to stay with me.
I've never been on a ghost tour in San Antonio.
So fun. I totally, like, recommend.
I've been trying to go to the one in Corpus, but, like, I don't know. Every time I try, something comes in the way. I feel like it's the universe telling me not to go.
Maybe. So I'm talking about the Emily Morgan Hotel in San Antonio. It has a great history and wonderful stories, but it also has an elevator that doesn't take you where you want to go, shadow people who like to touch and whisper to you in your sleep. So, is anyone checking in?
No.
I want to check in. Somebody go with me.
Is this the one that's downtown?
Yes.
Is this the one that you were talking about that had, like, a jail?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
That's a totally different story, maybe for
another time.
Next October.
Oh, because I remember I was trying to, like, rent a hotel downtown San Antonio for an anime convention.
Okay.
And it was, like, super expensive, but, like, the hotel itself looked kind of, like, old.
Okay.
And I ended up having to cancel the reservation.
Oh.
I don't know. Things happen for a reason, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But when you said the story, I'm like, was it that hotel?
No, I think I know which one you're talking about. The name is not coming to me right now, but it is on the tour.
Ooh, okay. Maybe
one
of these days I'll have to go on that tour.
Yes, go.
Well, Anna, do you want to talk about some personal ghost stories that we have?
I'm so ready.
Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
You're not ready for my story, and I have purposely kept this from you.
Same.
Because I wanted it.
So just for everyone listening or seeing us, these are real reactions to the story because both of us have been keeping it from each other since we started.
Like, I really wanted to get your opinion on how I wrote it, but I'm like, I can't read it to you because I want your genuine reaction.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I go first. When I was a little girl, my family and I would visit Falcon State Park a lot to go fishing. Have you ever been to Falcon?
Yes.
We would go fishing, camping, and just to enjoy the great outdoors. We would often rent one of those cabins.
Oh, yeah.
But this was way before the cabins with the nice AC units.
Oh, yeah.
It was the cabins with, like, the screen windows and screen doors. Do you remember those?
Yeah, they still have them.
They
like,
still
you still
have
can.
Them. Okay, and, like, the ones you can hear just about anything from outside, and the ones that the only line of security was a little latch on the wooden screen door.
Yes, I've seen them.
Oh my god. Those memories were really some of the best ones I have from my childhood.
Okay.
One weekend, when I was about 5 years old, we packed up the 1995 blue Isuzu Rodeo and drove out to the lake. After a long day of fishing, barbecuing, and just having fun, we returned to our cabin. I'll never forget it. Cabin number 9.
That's my favorite number.
Cabin number 9 is your favorite number?
Yes.
Mine's 3. We settled into our wooden bunk beds, only cushioned by old comforters my mother packed. We started to doze off to sleep one by one, the room only lit by a saint candle to keep my childish fears at bay. And the cabin fell silent. When all of a sudden, the candle blew out.
It was windy.
And all we heard was the sound of bare feet running on the concrete floors of the room and the disembodied giggles of unseen children.
OMG.
The sound of those children mixed with the genuine screams of my family are still so vivid in my memory. The next thing I remember was my mother grabbing me and my brother to protect us from the unknown, and my father frantically packing our belongings into the car.
Oh my gosh.
Never have we stayed overnight at Falcon State Park again.
Like ever?
We've never stayed another night.
Not even in the air conditioning?
No, like after that, like my mom, to this day, like we'll talk about it, and she was like, no, maybe it was just kids running outside. I'm like, Mom, it was like bare feet on the concrete floors, and we heard little kids giggling in our cabin.
In the cabin, like if they were there with you.
As if they were there. If you ask my brother, he'll start crying. Because like he still gets scared. And you know what he compares this to? The Blair Witch Project.
Oh, like the moving camera.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
Do you remember when they're in the tent and like there's like children laughing outside the
tent?
Yeah. That's exactly how it sounded.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, well, I feel like mine's a little lighthearted.
Oh my, I got goosebumps
compared to that.
I'm
but
sorry.
Here we go. So I did title mine. I named it The Phantom Horse, and you'll see why. Yeah. So when I was 9 years old, me and my friend Nancy would play in the backyard a lot. My dad has like about an acre or so. And we would play in the backyard because back then there was a lot of land there. Because it was just my parents' house. Now it's my house and like all this stuff. So yeah. But we were playing in the backyard. And yes, it was nighttime. I'm not really sure what we were playing, but we were having fun. We were running around like chivas, as my mom says. For English speakers, we were running around like goat children, just back and forth. And as we played, I blame this on my grandfather, but he used to take me hunting a lot, so I was always in montes or in the desert.
Yeah.
And so I find a lot of beauty in these deserts that we have here in Texas. I mean,
it's beautiful. It's natural.
Yeah, I just love it. Honestly, right down to the mesquites, nopales, all shapes and sizes. I also like to eat them, just FYI, cooked, of course. But yeah, so I find a lot of beauty. So while we were playing, I remember me looking back into the monte, just because, you know.
Why?
No, just because, like, I literally, like, the beauty of a monte, if I ever want to calm down, like, take me to Falcon Lake or somewhere where I'm just surrounded by nature and I'm, like, just at my calmest. And so while we were playing behind the house, like I said, as I looked back at all the various nopales that filled the monte and all that, my older brother, who was dating Nancy's sister at the time, came honking the horn. And I don't mean like, hey, titi, no, like, I mean like, beep, like honking it, you know, like, listen to me. So as Nancy ran to them, right, like to see what they wanted, something, you know, I feel like maybe I just wanted to take like one last look, and I turned, and this huge, and I'm talking about not like, oh, like it was big, no, huge horse, like big. Like me looking at it as a 9-year-old, I was probably looking like at the lower belly part.
Oh, wow.
It was huge. Yeah. And I remember I saw beauty because he was white right down to the mane, to the tail, like all white. Okay. And while I'm staring at this beautiful horse that came out of nowhere, I can see the nopales.
You can see through the horse?
I can see through the horse, like lightly. I seen the color, and then behind the color, the nopales, the mesquites. Yeah. And so as I'm
getting goosebumps.
Yes. But the thing is like, I wasn't scared. It was weird. And it was really common. I'm not going to lie. It was really common to see cows and to see chickens and all this goats back there. Yeah. Even dogs and cats, honestly.
Yeah. It's like the wilderness.
Yeah. But I don't know. There was just something about, I see it.
What is that, a fly?
Yes, I think so.
It's a mosquito.
It like literally, sorry everybody, it literally like flew right in front of my eyeballs. I was like,
it just appeared.
Yeah. It's a phantom ghost.
It's a phantom mosquito.
Yes. It's a haunted fly. So anyway, while I was looking at this and seeing that I could see the nopales through it, I was completely mesmerized. Like, I want to say maybe trance-like.
Mm-hmm.
I was just so like into it, looking at it, and then suddenly I hear my brother go, "Hey!"
Oh, Why are brothers like this?
Yeah. And as I looked at him with like this annoyed look in my face, like, I mean, the most annoyed look ever. You know, only that annoyed look that a sibling can give you.
Yeah.
That annoyed look.
That look.
Yeah. And when I turned back, it was gone. And mind you, there was no galloping.
There was like no sound. You didn't
no
hear.
sound. There was no trekking through the gravel. Nothing. Because I mean, a horse that big, I'm sorry,
It's
you're
gonna
gonna
make noise.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it.
Some
It's gonna
clippity
neigh
claps.
or something. Nothing.
And do you think maybe you saw the spirit of like the monte?
Do you know that I've heard that a lot of times? Maybe
Like
I've also heard of like protectors, like
Yes.
protector animals.
Yes, or like have you ever heard of like a spirit of the forest?
Yes,
Like this could be the spirit of the monte,
I think maybe it was because
or even like a Native American spirit.
it could have. I mean,
could have been.
it could have been. The thing that I think about is like, why? Why did
Why?
I see it? Because no one else has ever seen it that I know of.
Maybe because you understood the beauty of the monte, that it showed itself to you.
Maybe. And maybe that's why I was so calm as well.
Maybe.
But I'm going to tell you that that is a story that has been in my head. I don't think I'll ever forget it. I'm going to tell it to my children, my grandchildren, like anybody. It was something that wasn't scary. It was so beautiful to me.
Oh, that was a beautiful story.
Yes, it was so beautiful.
I wish I could have seen that.
Yes, and I want to segue and say that not all hauntings are scary.
Oh, absolutely not. One of my
'Cause-
ghosts in my house told me he loved me.
Oh, might be a little scary. But how do you call it? But and of course, this is my opinion. I'm sure there's people out there that if they saw a phantom horse would run for the hills,
They'd probably be so
right?
scared.
But and I've had scary stories, which hopefully one day I can share on this podcast. But this one was it was a moment. That's all I can say. It was a moment, and it was beautiful. That's all I can say. And I mean, that's my story. That's my phantom horse story.
Yours was so nice, and mine is over here like
Run for your life.
for your life. We're packing the car.
Yeah.
Oh, and I wish I could have seen that horse.
Oh, maybe you will. Beautiful.
Because that's another thing. Like big horses aren't even like native here.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like one of the horses you see here, but it was
Big.
huge.
Spirit of the monte.
Yeah, like
Calling
definitely God-fed Miracle Grow or something because it was humongous.
Okay. Should we?
Yes,
Should we talk about some of our calendar events?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so in the month of October, we have several things going on. Up next, we have the video game day.
Oh, yes.
That's tomorrow, but by the time you're hearing this, it would have already passed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to anybody who wanted to hear that.
Mm-hmm. But we are having...
Ooh, we're having Halloween story time.
Yes.
This will be held at the RGC Public Library on October 24th at 4 p.m. Bring your children, bring your kids, bring yourself.
Yes.
Enjoy some good stories.
Yes,
I think there'll also be a craft, won't there?
Yes,
Yeah.
there will be a craft involved.
Yes. After the Halloween story time, we have the City Trunk or Treat event.
Fun!
This will be held at the Basilio Villarreal Park on October 25th at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Ooh, fun.
Yes, and after that, literally the day after that, this is all happening next week, is our Teen-tober movie night.
Ooh.
I did mention this last time. I'm just going to bring it up again. This will be held at the RGC Public Library on October 26th at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Fun.
Cool beans.
I do want to add, we also have our Monsterly Good Reads reading challenge going on. It started on October 16th and it ends November 6th.
I'm sorry I didn't add that.
It's okay. So, after that, now we're going to talk about our programs. So, on Monday, we have children's videos where we show age-appropriate content for children of all ages. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., we have ESL classes open to the public. And for our Spanish speakers, las clases de ESL se llevarán a cabo de la Biblioteca Pública de la Ciudad de Río Grande, cada martes y jueves de las 9 a las 11 de la mañana. And as well as Wednesday, we have an adult jewelry making class, But unfortunately, that is already closed.
Yes, I'm sorry, guys. People have been calling to ask for spaces, and I'm sorry. It's jam-packed.
Yeah, but please call us. Let us know if you're interested in any other programs that we have going on in the future, so that way you can be a part of it too.
I do believe our next classes are going to be starting on November 1st.
Ooh.
So do call the RGC Public Library to get more information on that.
Great. And on Thursdays, we have game nights.
Game night!
Woo!
Oh my god. So we should move on to the book of the week.
Yes, definitely.
I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
It's here somewhere. Okay.
Somewhere.
The book of this week, the top book on our catalog was The Sleepover Squad, The Trouble with Brothers by P.J. Denton.
Ooh.
This book is the third book in its series of The Sleepover Squad, which we have in our easy section.
Nice.
This book is about a young girl named Kara who decides to host the next sleepover. Her brothers promise to ruin the party unless she agrees to be their slave.
Whoa.
But when Kara's friends discover what's going on, they decide to help her out and get even with her brothers.
Ooh.
This series is pretty popular amongst our younger audience.
Wow. I think it's because, well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's something we would say as kids, like, okay, I'll do that for you, but you have to be like my slave for a day. You have to clean my room and stuff.
Clean my room and like do the dishes, do my chores.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely said that to my brother a couple times.
I think my kids have said that to each other.
I can already hear your children saying that.
I know. Like, you have to clean my room.
Oh my god.
Next, and certainly not least, is staff picks.
Oh my god.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to talk about the book Good Omens. Okay, you guys. This book, I absolutely love it. It's hilarious. How can I say? It is about what you think it is, but it's just hilariously funny. And it's actually about a friendship, believe it or not, which is so funny. And if you guys do have Amazon Prime, it's a sitcom on Amazon Prime.
Is it only on Amazon Prime?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen clips of it on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
But I've never actually read the book or seen the show.
The book is awesome. And just FYI, we do have it available in audiobook. We have a paperback of it, and it's also available as an ebook.
Yay.
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about my Good Omens.
Yes, tell me.
Okay, the world is preparing to come to an end.
Oh, God.
According to a divine plan recorded in the nice and accurate prophecies of Agnes Nutter. Yes, okay. I said Nutter. She's a witch. This was recorded in 1655. Meanwhile, a fussy angel and a fast-living demon have grown to be fond of the living among the earth for many millennia and are not looking forward to the apocalypse. If Crowley, the demon by the way, and Aziraphale, the angel, are going to stop it from happening, they must find and kill the Antichrist.
Oh, that's what it's about?
Yes!
I didn't know that.
But I know that it doesn't sound funny, but I promise you it is.
Okay, but I've seen clips of it and I know Aziraphale?
Yes, Aziraphale.
Is he the demon?
No, Aziraphale is
Oh my
the
god,
angel.
okay, the angel. Who's the demon again?
Crowley.
Crowley, I'm so sorry. I know he's played by David Tennant.
Yes.
So every time I see him, in my brain, I hear the Doctor Who theme song.
Oh my gosh. Yes. No, but honestly, like, it is such a feel-good book. That's the only way I can say it.
I should check it out.
You should. And if you don't want to read it, hear it. It's on audio.
You know what? Maybe, yeah. I need a new audio book.
I do want to promote the book review box that we have coming up.
We need reviews, guys. If you want to be heard on this podcast, come on down to the RGC Public Library and leave a book review today.
Yes. We have a little box there. The papers are right there. You don't have to put your name. This can be done anonymously.
Yes. Please, we need reviews.
Yes. Let us know about the reviews. What you thought about the book. It doesn't even have to be a good review. This is going to be cold cut and honest.
Can I get back to my staff pick?
Your staff pick?
I didn't say my staff
pick. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
It's okay.
I didn't even realize. Yes, you can, Kelsey.
My pick this week is Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory by Caitlin Doughty. What do you think of that title?
Other Lessons from the Crematorium. Interesting. And then smoke gets in your eyes? Like, is she in there while it's smoking, while it's burning up?
Smoke Gets in Your Eyes tells an unusual coming-of-age story full of bizarre encounters and unforgettable scenes. Most people want to avoid thinking about the death. But Caitlin Doughty, a 20-something-year-old with a degree in medieval history and a flair for the macabre, took a job at a crematory, turning morbid curiosity into her life's work. Honest and heartfelt, the author's engaging style makes this otherwise taboo topic both approachable and entertaining. Let me tell you how I found out about this book.
Okay.
One day, I was browsing the good old YouTube.
Okay.
And I found a video, and it was by a creator called Ask a Mortician.
Okay.
Yes. Ask a Mortician, the lady Caitlin Doughty.
Okay.
And in the oh my god, her content is so interesting. It makes you understand the next stage, you know?
Okay.
And it makes it less terrifying, in my opinion.
Okay.
And she was promoting her book, and I was like, oh my god, I want to read it. Mm-hmm. But, like, I didn't want to buy it. I'm sorry, Caitlin, but I'm poor. But then I found it at our library.
Oh my god.
And it's actually really good. It's sad. There are some scenes that are just, like, heart-wrenching.
Okay.
But it's so good.
Really?
I like it.
Might have to be my next read. If
I ever bring it back to the library.
Oh, okay.
I keep renewing it.
Oh. The only thing I am going to say is that by hearing the title, I never would have thought that it was a coming of age story.
Yeah, hearing the title is kind of misleading. Okay. But literally, the beginning of the story is her, like, I don't know, early 20s. Fresh out of college. And she, like, gets a job at a crematorium.
Oh.
So, like, it's literally her telling her experiences and the story and the different people she's met.
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, we would like to thank everyone who tuned in today. It means the world to us. But we would like to send you off with the quote. The only thing you absolutely have to know is the location of the library, by Albert Einstein. Thank you for listening. Until next time, this was
Cover to Cover.
This podcast is an initiative of the City of Rio Grande City and the Rio Grande City EDC. If you would like to know more about certain topics pertaining to the municipality or have an idea for an upcoming podcast, email mgomez@rgcedc.com or brubio@cityofrgc.com.
RGC Podcast.